na wasifu za Munshid. Tazama Ukumbi wa Kiislamu nami Alishe kila Ijumaa saa 9:30 katika KBC Channel 1.
19 nations will compete in the Total Energies CAF African Nations Championship, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania 2024, which will be staged from 2nd to 30th August 2025. Amongst the 4 groups in the tournament A to D, Kenya is pooled in Group A, together with Morocco, Angola, DR Congo and Zambia.
Algeria from the set piece, the header is on target, but it's...
This unique competition featuring the best locally based players from across the continent definitely has something for everyone. Just bring your A game as you let it flow live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Kazi ya kupika, kuosha vyombo, na unaona ile nyumba, ile nataka ingalishwe.
Lakini vita si between mimi na wewe.
Pale kwa gitu nimeona notice.
Ukae bumper na fadhako.
Niko busy saa hii mom, but we'll talk baadaye.
Jabu, you had some company or Alex is in?
No, actually your dad was around.
Bona? Nini uniambi? First uniulize kuhusu dad na hii place. Ama bit dad anaweza kuwa.
You should say thanks to Alex for bringing back your phone from black markets.
Black market.
Could have given me a heads up, at least niko ready.
I think you're trying too hard to impress Pete.
You are fit, big, you have beards, and you know.
We don't know this girl at all.
It's 6th day of June 2025, special day for our Muslim brothers and sisters in the country and of course beyond as they celebrate this day of Eid al-Adha. Now let's begin our story, but before that, start interacting with us on our social media platforms at KBC TV and of course at Giverson Maina. My name is Giverson Maina. Our sign language interpreter is Anne Wangeshi, and straight away Muslims across the country have been urged to remember the less fortunate in the society and uphold the bonds of community and family as they celebrate Eid al-Adha. The day was celebrated in Garissa, Mombasa, Isiolo, Nairobi, and of course other major towns across the country. Muslims scholars who led the faithfuls during the Eid al-prayers here in Nairobi at the Sir Ali Muslims ground said the essence of Eid al-Adha extends beyond the historical narrative to practices that emphasizes sharing, compassion, and community. Adha, known as the Festival of Sacrifice, is one of the most significant holidays in the Islamic calendar. The festival commemorating Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice his beloved son, Ismail, or Ishmael if you like, upon Allah's command, is a profound lesson in obedience and trust.
Ni vichinjo ambazo kwamba tuenda kuzitekeleza, na vichinjo hizi tufanya ni kulingamana na mafundisho ya babu yetu Nabii Allah Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, alipoambiwa na Allah katika ndoto aende amchinje mwanawe. Ndiyo maana tutekeleza hii ibada.
Siku ya Idi ndio siku ile ambayo tunaungana. It's a day of unity. Ile rais ameanzisha ya kwamba Wakenya waungane bila kuangalia dini, bila kuangalia kabila, bila kuangalia mahali wametoka. We don't want retrogressive political leaders ambayo wanataka kugawanya hii nchi kwa misingi ya kikabila na wanaanzisha vyama vya ukabila.
Kuhimiza kadhalika Waislamu kuendelea katika furaha kama hii na kupendana na kusaidiana pamoja, na ili kuwa katika unit moja, Waislamu wote wakiwa wanatekeleza ibada hii kwa wakati mmoja.
Ni kutakia tu Waislamu wote na Wakenya kwa jumla sikukuu njema, na kusema kwamba hii ni siku ya kupendana, siku ya umoja, siku ya kusameheana, siku ya kubebana, siku ya kufurahi na kushirikiana kama familia inshallah.
Watu wa siasa wawache kupigania election ama siasa ambao wakati yake ni bado. Watu wa siasa watakuja chonganisho wa Kenya, wanafanya campaign ambao muda hajafika.
Vijana wenzangu, jamaa, inshallah jamaa, tushikane na dini jamaa, madaraka situmie, sote tushikane na Allah inshallah, sote pamoja jamaa, tufanyeni bidii na ibada inshallah, alhamdulillah.
Now, away from that, Education Cabinet Secretary Migos Ogamba has exuded confidence that the cost of learning in university is expected to drop by over 30% once the Open University program is fully rolled out. The online program that is undertaken by the Open University of Kenya is expected to see 50,000 students register in the next 2 years. According to Ogamba, students unable to meet the high cost of programs at the main universities will benefit mainly from the initiative that offers digital and e-learning programs to students at a subsidized cost. The CS spoke in Naivasha during the University Council meeting.
The target is achievable. One, what you require to achieve that number is create quality programs, invest in quality programs. Once you invest in quality programs, the quality programs will attract students' numbers. That's how you are going to achieve. And in the process, you also reduce the cost.
That will actually assist in the university becoming self-sustaining. As you are aware, we have challenges in the funding of universities, and the more students we have, the more programs we have in the Open University would assist it easily be weaned off the exchequer once we have that number, that optimal number. So that education in the Open University is lower because of the mode of instruction to the students and the flexibility of the programs that they have.
Now, the Office of the Attorney General says it has opened county branches in all the 47 counties in the country. Speaking during the public participation exercise on 3 bills in Ol Kalou Town, Nyandarua County, the Deputy Chief State Counsel in the Office of the Attorney General, Turfosa Ochar, said the county offices will handle matters of public trustees at the local level. The 3 bills are the Public Participation Bill 2005, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Bill 2025, and the Whistleblowers Bill 2025.
This is with regards to the effort that the Office of the Attorney General is doing to decentralize the functions being performed by the Office of the Attorney General and bring them close to the people. So in Nyandarua, we have the Office of the Attorney General Office that is stationed at the coast here just in judiciary.
Na tumeambiwa kwamba kutakuwa na registrar, ofisi ya registrar wa public participation. Kazi yake ni kumanage, wananchi wamekuwa wakituuliza sasa maoni yetu isipochukuliwa tutaenda kwa wasiri gani? Tutaenda kwa nani? Sasa kuna njia, kutakuwa na ofisi ambayo inahusika tu na mambo ya public participation.
Now I want to take you straight to Kwale County, the coastal region, where our reporter Abdi Aziz Hashem is standby to tell us more about rice production in the country and how Machame irrigation scheme in Lunga Lunga is expected to gap the deficit in the production of rice in the country. Abdiaziz Hashim, Eid Mubarak, tell us more.
Well, you're indeedly correct, Giverson, Maina. Of course, we're coming to you live from Kwale County, but Eid Mubarak to all our Muslim brothers and sisters out there. I just want to give you some perspective of the pilau that you're enjoying, the scrumptious, delicious pilau that you're enjoying this evening or even in the afternoon. To mark this particular feat comes from where? It comes from this particular irrigation scheme. This is among the irrigation scheme that the government is running, aside from the major rice irrigation schemes across the country, including the likes of Moya, Pekera, Ahero, and others alike. Here we are at the Machame irrigation scheme. Of course, you do remember that 5 months ago we were here with the Principal Secretary of the State Department of Irrigation, that is CPA Fantas Kimotho, who was assessing the preparedness of this particular irrigation scheme, which is the Waga, Machame and Pepeni irrigation scheme, where the government was able to ascertain, aside from the diversion of the river, that is River Umba, that was feeding this particular irrigation scheme, had diverted due to the overflow of water. In this particular region, it is blessed by receiving adequate rainfall in this particular part of the country where the water had diverted. Now, the ministry had to come in and ensure that adequate walls are built to ensure that the water is diverted to the right channels. Earlier before, the residents used to dig holes and ensure that there are canals. Those were artificial canals that they were building. But at the end of the day, the government came in and built those canals so as to direct the waters to the plantation. When we were here 5 months ago, it was just a pond of water. Right now, it has rice and maize, where the farmers of Waga as well as Machame have been able to grow maize and rice. Now, it is that time of the season to, of course, harvest this bumper season. And of course, this goes all the way to the rice deficit the country is facing right now. This will plug that particular deficit. In the coastal region, there is a deficit of 40%, but this Machame irrigation scheme will be plugging that particular deficit. I want to show you the brave men and women, and of course, aged between 50 to 70 years, who are working in this farm from dusk to dawn to ensure that you receive that rice you eat every day on your table. Let me get to introduce you first of all to the chairman of this particular area. Chairman, asante sana kwa kuungana nasi. Wakenya wanakutizama, tuko wapi na mnaweza kuvuna saa ngapi?
Sasa hivi sisi tuko na nino Machame irrigation scheme hapa, na mpunga unaonekana uko tayari kwa kuvunwa. Wakati wote watu watavuna hapa mpaka kufikia mwezi wa 7 tutakuwa tushamaliza kuvuna, na tunatarajia tukishavuna mpunga tutakuwa sasa ni mchele tunaweza kuuza kusaidia wale wengine kule nchini kwetu Kenya.
Wakulima wangapi wanafanya kazi hapa?
Wakulima ambao wamefanya kazi hapa sasa hivi takriban kama 35 ambao wamelima huu mpunga. Na wote wanashukuru kuona mpunga sasa umekuwa mzuri. Ndani ya miaka 5 ambayo imepita ilikuwa hakuna hichi kilimo. Lakini serikali yetu baada ya kupeleka malalamiko yetu wakatusikiza na wakaweza kutujengea kifungo kikubwa kule Mwarongo, na kilipovunjwa na maji kidogo, maji yakawa yamekata, hayakuweza kuja tena huku. Lakini ilirudi tena, ikajengwa tena ile sehemu, ikaja ikatwa tena mara ya pili. Na sasa hivi inarekebishwa na tuko na hiyo muda pengine mpaka mwakani tutalima.
Pale Wanga mweza kumea nini? Hapa tumeona ni mchele, pale ni nini?
Pale Waga sasa hivi kumepandwa mahindi na yanafanya vizuri sasa yale mahindi. Na pengine kufikia mwezi wa 7 pia nayo yataanza kuvunwa.
Shukran sana. That is the chairman of this particular area. Let's talk to one of the farmers. Mama, labda ukaribia hapa, ungane nasi hapa katika runinga ya Channel 1. Uweza kueleza wakazi na Wakenya ambao wanakuona kutoka umbali yenye wako. Hapa ni wapi tuko na leo unahisi vipi?
Hapa ni Machame. Ni Machame hapa.
Unahisi vipi?
Nahisi furaha kwa kusema kweli, tumelima na mpunga ndo kama huu mnavyoona huu. Twashukuru tumelima, tumefaulu. Kwa juhudi zilizofanywa na serikali, tulipeleka maombi yetu akakubalika, tukatengezewa kule ambako kumeharibika Mwarongo, kulivunjika tena alafu kukatengezewa tena. Twashukuru Mungu, maji yameelekea na tumepambana, tumelima, tumepata. Mpunga ndio huu. Wakati wote tunakatakata mpunga sisi, tunapeleka, tunatwanga au mashine, tunakula ubwabwa.
Tumeweza kuona watu wengi sana hapa, ni watu kati ya umri ya 40, 50, 60 na 70. Vijana wako wapi?
Vijana wengine wanapambana huko kwenda mabaharini kutafuta pesa. Wana changamoto zao na huko. Za kutafuta maisha. Sasa sisi kina mama ndo tumejitoa huko mashamba ili tupambane na wao wapambane ili tupate kusaidiana na vijana wetu.
Wito wako wa mwisho kwa serikali haswa kama sasa hivi mnaenda kuvuna hii mchele?
Mwito wangu wa mwisho ni kuomba serikali tukivuna hapa tukimaliza watudhibitie zaidi kule Mwarongo, tuzidi kupambana mwakani tulime kwa wengi, kwa sababu mwaka huu wengine walikata tamaa, lakini kwa mwakani wengine wanakuja mwakani watu wajitokeze kwa wingi tulime. Wakulima wote tulime.
Shukran sana. That is one of the farmers here in Machame. And of course, we'll be conversing with them in regards to what they are feeling, aside from what they are feeling, what they are going to harvest at the end of the day. You know, this is a community irrigation led scheme here, aside from other corporate or commercial entities out there, other irrigation schemes across the country. What is important to note is that back in 2017, Giverson, this particular area was flooded due to the overflow of water. But right now, that particular water has been able to be controlled by the building of wheelers and canals that have ensured this particular area to grow what they're able to grow, that is maize and rice, and including what the government-led initiative is that they will be ensuring by the end of July that the community-led irrigation will be increased at least by 40,000 by the end of July. That is according to the Principal Secretary State Department of Irrigation, CPA Fantas Kimotho. And then finally, before I hand it over to you, this is in line with what the government is aiming to do. You know, the aim of this particular irrigation department is to ensure the field and irrigation reaches all the way to 1 million in the years to come. That the department launched the other day, that is the National Irrigation Sector Investment Plan, that is a NISIP, that is projected to cost at least over 500 billion to ensure.
Thank you, my friend Abdi Aziz Hashim, right there from Kwale County, explaining to us how Machame irrigation scheme is going to bridge the gap in rice production in the country. And now, away from that, a Chinese ambassador to Kenya. Pardon, I beg your pardon. I'm told we're supposed to go to a short commercial break. Don't go too far. Still so much more.
Imagine a future where you can enjoy the fruits of your hard work without financial worries. A time when you can truly relax, travel, and pursue your passions. To achieve that dream, you need to plan today. With a cost of living constantly rising and inflation showing no signs of slowing down, the money you need today will be nearly 10 times higher by the time you retire. Without a solid retirement plan, you risk financial insecurity when your active income stops. That's why saving for retirement is necessary. Regardless of your age, it's never too early or too late to start planning. Engage with experts from any RBA-registered individual pension plan for guidance in tailoring a retirement strategy based on your current lifestyle, future goals, and desired retirement age. This provides the fixed regular income you'll need after retirement to ensure you live comfortably without compromising your quality of life. The earlier you start saving, the more secure your future will be. Start saving for your retirement today and live your golden years the way you've always dreamed. For more information, visit our website www.rba.go.ke, call our toll-free line 0800 720 300 or email info@rba.go.ke. Secure your future. Secure your peace of mind. RBA, safeguarding your retirement benefits.
Je, umewahi kuwa na deni ya KRA? Basi, usiwe na shaka. KRA wakishirikiana na KBC wamekuandalia roadshow murwa kabisa. Jiunge nasi tukufahamishe kuhusu KRA Tax Amnesty Program na jinsi utakavyoweza kusamehewa adhabu na riba na KRA. Pia, tutakuwa tunakusaidia kujaza fomu za kodi za mwaka 2024 na kukusaidia na huduma za KRA kwa mtaa wako. Ijumaa tarehe 6 mwezi Juni tutakuwa Kilifi. Tutazuru maeneo ya Sauti House kupitia GPO, Bondeni, Coast General, Nyali Bridge Bombolulu, Kenol Nyali, Shanzu, Mtwapa, Kilifi Market, Pwani University, Gede, Matsangoni, Malindi Town, kisha tumalizia Malindi Stadium. KRA, tulipe ushuru, tujitegemee.
Crowd goes absolutely emphatic.
Get ready for more on SuperSport, the only place to watch all the FIFA Club World Cup.
Now, welcome back. You're watching Lunchtime News. Now, the Parliamentary Committee on Finance and National Planning, led by its chairperson Kuria Kimani, has urged the Office of the Attorney General to formulate a draft bill that all Kenyans can read and understand, the clause that needs to be amended before the report is tabled in Parliament for debate. Speaking in Kiambu County during a public participation forum, the committee urged the AG office to facilitate a proper drafted bill that Kenyans in lower cadre can fully understand. The committee took the public through the Finance Bill 2025 amendment before, or rather ahead of its reading at National Assembly next week. However, the public participation was marked by low turnout, with locals attributing it to poor civic education.
Kipengele pia kinafutwa, na kwa hivyo inakuwa ngumu kwa raia wakati mwingine kuelewa masuala haya. Pia kuna jambo ambalo bado tumejaribu kwa kuchapisha, tunaita explainer, kwa kujaribu kueleza masuala ambayo katika miswada hii, lakini bado kuna trust deficit katikati ya sisi na raia kuhusu hizi sheria. Na nafikiri njia ya kuhakikisha kwamba hii trust deficit imeisha ni kuhakikisha kwamba ile lugha ambayo tunaitumia katika kutunga sheria zetu ni lugha ambayo inaweza kueleweka kwa mwananchi wa kawaida. Kwa hivyo kuendelea mbele, naomba ofisi ya Attorney General, around we have succeeded in defeating the people that were doing disinformation and misinformation. If you remember, long before the publishing of this bill, there were rumors and propaganda that it will introduce taxes to newborn people, to newborn children.
Now, Chinese ambassador to Kenya, Guo Heiyan, has called for greater unity and mutual respect among all people, saying cultural exchange is key to peace in a world increasingly divided by mistrust and misinformation. Speaking during a vibrant celebration at the United Nations office in Nairobi to mark the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations, Ambassador Guo emphasized dialogue as a vital tool for navigating today's global challenges.
The United Nations office at Nairobi, in partnership with the Chinese Embassy in Kenya, hosted a colorful event to mark the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. From traditional songs and dances to theatrical performances, the event blended diplomacy with culture, emphasizing intellectual understanding in a world grappling with division and conflict.
Standing at a historical crossroad, humanity is in urgent need of great ideas, shedding light on the way forward and open minds to bridge cultural divides.
Chinese ambassador to Kenya, Guo Heiyan, called for greater unity and mutual respect among all people.
Cultural differences should not act as source of confrontations, but rather driving force for progress, to build a global community of shared future for mankind. each civilization should pursue harmony through diversity and seek common grounds while reserving differences.
Ambassador Guo stressed that no country can face global challenges alone.
As a main sponsor, China is committed to working with all parties to fully implement the resolution, jointly promote the GCI, carry forward the dialogue, and make greater contributions to the progress of human society.
United Nations Office at Nairobi Director General Zainab Hawa Bangura underlined that dialogue is not just important, it's essential.
Where dialogue is missing, ignorance fills the void. Around the world, we hear rising voices of intolerance and xenophobia, amplified by online misinformation and hate speech. In our fractured world, dialogue is not optional. It is essential for building bridges of understanding and trust.
Kenya's permanent representatives to the United Nations office in Nairobi, Ababu Namwamba, praised China's global leadership and urged nations to engage through mutual respect and shared values.
In our national anthem and in the call of Harambee, which means pulling together, and as we say in Africa, if you want to go very fast, you walk alone. But if you want to go very far, you walk with others. And you cannot walk with others without dialogue, without understanding.
The event served as a powerful reminder that cultural exchange can be a bridge in a fractured world, and that understanding among civilizations is not only possible, but necessary. Ben Chumba, Lunchtime.
Oh, thank you, Ben Chumba, for that report. Now, we switch focus to matters education. The Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET, has called for increased capitation for schools to improve learning outcomes and enhance school retention. Speaking at Nyamagesa CEB Secondary School, Kisii Branch, KUPPET Secretary General Joseph Abinchi said that the allocation per learner should be raised to 35,000 shillings. He also urged the government to reinstate the original allocations under the school feeding program to benefit learners, especially those from underprivileged families.
Wale watoto ambao ni maskini wanatoka sehemu zingine hakuna chakula. Walikuwa wanapewa 7 billion, wakakata wakapatia 3 billion. Warudishiwe pesa, mtoto mwenye ako njaa hawezi soma. Wapatiwe chakula. Wale ambao hawana. Na wale ambao wanalipiwa pesa karo, wale wanalipiwa pesa that's capitation, ile pesa ya capitation inafaa kwenda juu kwa sababu maisha, gharama ya maisha imepanda. Kwa sababu since capitation ilikuja, imepaki mahali ilikuwa. Na sisi tunataka developments kuja kwa mashule.
Now, matters politics. A section of members of Embu County Assembly have dismissed claims of an alleged plot to impeach Governor Cecily Mbarire for establishing a governor's delivery unit. Led by Moya Ward Representative Job Itumo, the MCAs have termed the rumors as false, malicious and unfounded. They say they have a cordial working relationship with the governor and that they support the governor's delivery unit, which they term as crucial in enhancing service delivery across Embu County.
Hizo ni propaganda ambazo zinaendezwa na watu ambao si agenda iko kwa County Assembly Embu. Sasa ni watu wako na fitina, ni watu wanaanza kupanga siasa ya 2027 na kuharibia jina ya MCAs na kuharibia jina ya governor kuhusu impeachment. Ile haiko, hakuna impeachment, iko hapa. Governor ameshikana na MCAs na wanafanya kazi nzuri sana.
The first cohort of 544 students under the competency-based education have graduated at Kericho Teachers College. Speaking at the institution during its 56th graduation ceremony, the Rift Valley Regional TSC Director Dr. Samuel Marigat said teachers are key in implementation of the new program. Dr. Samuel Marigat assured graduates that the recruitment of teachers will always be a transparent and open process. Additionally, the college board called on the government to put more resources into training institutions to align with the implementation of the competency-based education.
This being the first cohort of
the stakeholders in education in this county
are very key. Walimu ni wa maana sana in the implementation of the program. So kama serikali tumekuja kusherekea nao and wish them well in their endeavor as we go on with the competence-based education.
As a board, we have taken significant steps to improve the college's infrastructure, but much more remains to be done. We appeal to the Ministry of Education to increase the funding for infrastructural development so that we can modernize our facilities and effectively deliver the CPE diploma course.
We proudly serve a growing population of 1,360 students, a testament to the trust and confidence that the public continues to have in our institution.
Now it's time for sports. Let's get sporty, shall we? Spain overcame a late comeback to beat France 5-4 at the MHP Arena and earned their place in the UEFA Nations League finals against Portugal. Spain was nearly pegged back as France staged a thrilling fight back, scoring 3 times in the last 11 minutes in a desperate attempt to take the game into extra time. La Roja extended their unbeaten record to 19 matches in all competitions ahead of Sunday's final, while France await that playoff against Germany, who were also beaten by Spain in the UEFA European Championship semi-finals last year. But Spain held on, and they will face Portugal in the final in Munich on Sunday, while France take on Germany and Stuttgart in the third-fourth playoff.
Down for Shaki! At the end of the return, box Gusto, and he scored that. On a night of...
The stage is set for a thrilling French Open women's final between world number 1 Ria Sabalenka and second seed Coco Gauff on Saturday. Sabalenka, who is looking towards to her maiden French Open title, ended 4-time champion Iga Swiatek's 26-match winning run with a 7-6, 4-6 and 6-0 victory in the semi-finals. Coco Gauff, on the other hand, ended French wildcard Alois Buisson's run by straight sets of 6-1, 6-2 in the other semi-final.
Piątek. Et deuxième manche. Sabalenka.
That's where we end our lunchtime news program for now. But from KBC Fraternity, we wish to extend our warmest wishes to, of course, our Muslim brothers and sisters, and of course, you, our viewer, from right here at the broadcasting house. My name is Giverson. Maina. Our sign language interpreter is Anne Wangeshi.